2018, I got second. So I was hoping for three-peat, but I lost one in between, unfortunately. So I only got two. My name is Kaito Streets, or in Japanese version, Streets Kaito. I'm on the Japanese national fencing team, also on the 2020 Tokyo Olympic team. As a little boy, we tend to like play with toy swords, like a lightsaber from Star Wars. I was always playing with it. And so my family was like, well, if you're gonna do that, let's make it useful. Luckily enough, there was a fencing club in my hometown, and yeah, rest is history. My social media, blew up during the Olympics, but I did not plan to, become an influencer. That just happened. A lot of people, message me or commented, say, I had no idea what fencing was until I saw your video and I started watching fencing, and now I love watching it. And that meant a lot to me. And if I can have people not just watch it, but actually try it, that'll be an amazing thing for me. I know a lot of kids will love it, just swinging their sword, swinging the sword around, hitting people. I mean, who doesn't love hitting people with the sword and not getting in trouble, right? It's an amazing sport. I've had a few different TV appearances. First one was Junk Sports, and the next TV appearance I have is Sasuke, Ninja Warrior. So that was a lot of fun. I was almost as nervous being on that stage than when I was on the Olympic stage. It was just like a surreal moment, because I grew up dreaming of doing that and also dreaming about going to Olympics for fencing. And I was able to do both within a few months of each other, which is kind of surreal. No, it's a lot of fun, great opportunity, and hopefully there's more to come. So my biggest goal moving forward, well, for me, obviously, for fencing is to qualify and compete at the 2024 Paris Olympics. Being a one-time Olympian is great and all, but I want to do it twice, and especially second one, I'll have my family and friends there. There's no certain event that is special, but just being in the athlete village, being able to see all the athletes who've been working so hard for the last 5 years technically, to be there for this moment. Right? And you also see famous athletes that you don't really get to see in person, just casually walking around. In that little village, you have literally the best of the best athletes in the world at what they do in this one little small village. During these other competitions, you feel excitement and then almost nervousness. But with the Olympics, it was all the emotion you can think of all into one. On the bus ride to the village, to the venue, was probably the worst. Because you're thinking about this moment for 5 years, right? Or even longer when you're a kid, right? You're Olympics, and then I was on a bus ride like, wow, I'm about to compete. I still remember this was my second round match. We go through a tunnel, all the fencers line up, and there's the referees in between. But I was actually the first fencers to come out of the curtain. No one else. Volunteer was counting down. When he came down to 30 seconds, he counted down from 30 seconds to 0. And the curtain, you can see a little bit of gap, and you can see the lights. Man, that was just a surreal moment. Because once you go through the curtain, the cameras are on you. It's like 10, 9, 8, and then when you hit 0, you see the Olympic rings, the lights and everything. And you're trying to act cool, right? And, very calm. But in the inside, you're like kind of freaking out. Like, this is it. Yeah, it's hard to describe into words, but it was just emotional roller coaster, fear, excitement, nervousness, anxiety, happiness, just everything you can think of, just constant changing on my body. What you've been doing for the last 5 years, not just months, but years, comes down for 10 minutes, 15 minutes max. If you win, you move on. But if you lose, what you did for the last 5 years, it's over. So you try not to think about it, but you should think about it, because that brings a little more pressure and motivation to really fight for every point. Don't give up. And because every point, every second, every inch you can think of is very important. You're here because you worked hard. Make sure it doesn't go to waste. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. And I only wish I had family and friends to see it with me. It was kind of sad and bizarre to have an empty arena, kind of. So my goal is to go to the next one and have everyone there and experience it. So yeah, what I'm up to besides training in terms of fencing is I recently started my own YouTube channel. That is my new hobby. Besides doing my other social media content with Instagram and TikTok. And I hope to, doing all that, promote the sport of fencing, make people watch more fencing, and even try fencing. So yeah, hopefully people can subscribe and like my videos on YouTube.